Hello, Eagles, and welcome back to
Broken News.
Hey, that's my line.
I'm your host, Owen Taylor.
And I'm your equally great, if not superior, co-host, Vivian Freeman.
We got a great show for you today, kicking it off with some Eagle-tastic news.
But before any of that, title card.
Eagles, you may, or may not, have heard about a new rule going around on campus. Apparently, after you receive any candy, you aren't allowed to eat it until 30 minutes after school. This may be an attempt to deter bribery on club day, although after running the numbers, we can show that their efforts were in vain.
Arriving on the shelves this fall is an all-new title from prolific author Pebbles McEagle. It's reportedly a follow-up to their 2022 hit, Swept, Reckoning of the Tardy Sweepers, called Why Am I Always Late Now? And fans are biting their beaks waiting for its release this November.
Looking to meet new friends, gain valuable experiences, and stand out on college applications? Then join the newly formed Ditch Club. We tried to ask members for more information, but none of them were available.
Speaking of books, our school librarian, Miss Olson, is balling on a budget upwards of $100,000. She's urging students to recommend any books they want to see filling the shelves this spring. This has many local 7th graders asking the questions. What's a book? Do it have an iPad in it?
This just in, a know-it-all student has just discovered that avidly correcting his teachers has failed to gain him any new friends.
Actually, I don't think that's the correct use of the word avidly. Here at Broken News, we're always looking for the hottest misinformation to blatantly spread around campus. And now, the internet. Be the change. Scan here to let us know the juiciest gossip on campus. If you see something, say something.
In an effort to get more students to eat the school lunch, the cafeteria is renaming some of their dishes to sound more exciting. New items include the Wow, That's Delicious granola, the burger, and another which is simply called the Dean's Fury.
Eagles, you may have noticed that consistent homeroom is back this year. I'm sure it has all of us reflecting on many old school traditions here at Eagle Rock, and reminds us that we need to give out senior discounts to anyone who remembers what nutrition was.
Thank you for making the decision to tune into the news today. I've been Owen Taylor.
And I've been Vivian Freeman. Now to Elizabeth Crumpet, who is not me, so stop asking, with a special report on Pillarhenge.
Majesty, splendour, beauty. These are some of the many words that come to mind when looking at Pillarhenge, an ancient monument to human history and greatness. The crown jewel to this town. But it's becoming ever clearer that greedy developers and the capitalist machine have no regard for the history of this here town. And thus many questions arise. Where did this monument come from? Why do people hate it so much? And for God's sake, where did the bird go? It all began thousands of years ago, when builders began building a great big building. They put up the pillars, and then they got tired, so they stopped. Now, historians believe that this is the site of an ancient hospital, as evidenced by all the needles and litter left on the ground. One day, a little baby bird was put up on a perch on one of these pillars. It was crying out, either for its mummy, or because it was in agony, as it was doomed to spend eternity melting in the sun. One day, it randomly disappeared. Probably because it is a bird and it can fly away, obviously. But why does Pillarhenge elicit such strong reactions and hatred?
Pillarhenge?
For Christ's sake, there are entire online Facebook communities dedicated to getting this thing torn down. Well, one theory, if you look at it with your eyes, you'll notice that it is in fact quite ugly, which is the main point of contention here. This is similar to Ernest Tokos, but you don't see anyone trying to tear down Ernest Tokos. For Christ's sake, there are people saying that it's a structural disgrace to the community. Outrageous. This is a piece of history, and it must be preserved. And that's why I've taken it upon myself to contact the real estate agent that sold it and make a counteroffer. You're welcome, America.
Alright, ready?
Oh, hello?
Please leave your message.
I'm just calling about 1332 Colorado Boulevard, otherwise kind of known as Pillarhenge. I want to make a counteroffer. I'm a avid historian. I desperately need to call you, Mr. Woodcock. I hope this is you. Please, I need to call you. I've called your broker. She's not responded, and she sounded very mean in her voicemail. So please, just Please call me back on urgent matters. Thank you. No, but not really yet.
Now, they never got back to me, but I assume they got my message, and Pillarhenge is now mine, for the price of nothing. Now that I've saved it, Eagle Rockians can rest easy, knowing that Pillarhenge is in good hands. Sorry,
you should see this.
my producer is signaling at me. Okay. What are they doing with my little fella? My little birdie? I thought he flew away. That's what I thought. He flew away. He flew off the pit. They're taking it. What are they doing with him? How am I going to get him back? Are they taking him to hospital? Yeah, why would they take him to hospital? He's at the hospital. That's the hospital. There's needles on the floor. Why else would there be needles? You know what I'd call you if you married a woman who was 23 years older than you?
What?
Owen Taylor Johnson. Are we rolling? Thank you, Eagles, for tuning in. I've been Vivian Freeman.
And I've been Owen Taylor, reminding you to keep rocking the rock.
Cue end card.